Okay, so we're going to try to keep ourselves ahead of the game with the Daf Yomi. We're on Daf Samech. We're on page 60. I think we can get through this pretty quickly, at least the first Amud. So Idach Shari. So we just ended off on the bottom. We said that there was a cask of wine that the spigot fell out. A pagan came and put his hand there to stop the flow of wine. So they asked Rav Papa. He said that all the wine that's right by the hole where it's coming out, that is not kosher. But the rest, the whole thing pretty much of the cask is kosher. Why? Because it's coming through a spigot. By virtue of the fact that it's coming through a spigot, the pipe is basically a separate vessel from the rest of the barrel, and so therefore whatever is in that little pipe, that's all that's not kosher, and all the rest is fine. Because however, there are those who teach Rav Papa differently, that they say that anything that's above the spigot in this barrel, in the cask, is not kosher, but everything that's below that level is kosher. Because if then it's all one, because if he didn't hold it closed, so then it would have all drawn out whatever's above that line, and whatever's below the line wouldn't have, and so he doesn't have any connection to that. So how do we understand this? Rav Yemer said, Kasanoi, it's a dispute between the Tanoim, between the rabbis of the Mishnaic era. We have a Mishnah in Tvul Yom. Just about to learn Tvul Yom soon, so it's these are some of the end of the Mishnah, some things that are not very often studied, but I try to go through Shas Mishnayos at least twice a year, and I'm almost done. So I think tomorrow as well, at least starting Tvul Yom. So Chavish Nikva Ben Mipia Ben Mishula Ben Mitzadeh V'Nagabai Tvul Yom Tameya B'Yudah Mer Mipia Mishula Tameya Mitzadeh Tahara Mikan. So the Mishnah in Tvul Yom says that if you have a cask of wine that has a truma wine that only Kohanim can drink, and has to be in a state of tahara, and there was a hole made in the cask, whether it's from the top, the bottom, the side, if the Tvul Yom touched there, the whole cask is tameh. It's Levitically impure. Rabbi Yehuda said that if it's from the top or the bottom, all the wine is tameh. But if it's from the side, it's pure, it's tahor, on the other sides, above and below. Just the side is what's tameh. Meaning only wine that's in the hole. So we see it's the same achleikus. Rav Papa Akum Adona B'Yisrael Akuba Achamra Asir. Rav Papa said like this. Maybe we can, if we look at something else that Rav Papa taught, we could figure out what exactly he's saying. So Akum Adona B'Yisrael Akuba. There's a pagan pouring wine into a jug that the Jew is holding on to. Chamra Aser, the wine is not kosher. My time because it's the pagan who's pouring it, so it's coming from his energy. Israel Adanav Akum Akuba Chamra Share B'Mitzadei Tetzudei Aser. That if the Jew is pouring and the pagan is holding the jug, so then it's kosher as long as the pagan doesn't move the jug. But if he starts adjusting it, like, he's like kind of holding it, not just holding it still, but like kind of moving it to catch it, then it becomes prohibited because he's carrying it. Some of Papa, something else Rav Papa taught. Hayakum Yadari Zika. There's a pagan carrying a leather flask of wine that's tied shut. Kazal Yisrael Achari. There's a Jew behind him, Maliyas Shari. If the flask is full, the wine is kosher. Because he wouldn't be able to agitate the wine, even shaking the flask, because it's totally full, so nothing changes in it. Chasira Asa Dilma Makarkesh Kuva. But if there's some room in the flask to move around, so then he might shake it around, and that could be considered a libation. So Kuba Malia Asir Dilmanaga Chasira Chashari Naga. However, if it's an open jug, if it's full and he touched it as he walks, so then it's not kosher. But if there's a little bit of empty room, it's obvious he didn't touch it when he was walking. Rav Ashi Amar Zika. Rav Ashi says that the leather flask is tied shut ben lam and chser shari. As long as it's tied shut, it doesn't matter if it's full or only or partially unfull. It's kosher. My time ein derech nisach b'kach. And the reason is because shaking is not considered to be a libation. Mastra Zari, what about a beam wine pressed, operated by a pagan? If Papi Shari, if Papi permits it, for Ashi Vitsema, Rav Shimi Bar Ashi Asir. For Rav Ashi, and some says Rav Shimi Bar Ashi says it's not kosher. Meaning he didn't actually touch the wine, b'koichai. So meaning he uses his energy to break it down. Everyone agrees, if he uses his direct force to crush the grapes, everyone agrees that it's not kosher. But the argument is, when it's a secondary force, is that considered halachically? It's the same question we have about Welch's grape juice. Some say where it's a secondary force, everyone agrees it's kosher. And the only argument is where it's with his direct force, but he's not actually touching it. And there was a story with a secondary force where they asked Rav Yaakov from the river Pekod, that's the name of the town he was from, and he said it's not kosher. Hahi chavisa. Alright, so that's the end of this amud. So that we'll divide it into 2 amudim for the sake of this shiur. So thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment all the best. Alright, 60A.